In the early 20th century, the world stood on the brink of an unprecedented conflict. A war so vast and devastating that it would be known as the Great War, World War I. This is the story of how a single assassination triggered a global catastrophe, how empires crumbled, and how warfare changed forever. The spark that ignited the fire. It all began on June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo. The heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was assassinated by a Serbian nationalist, Gavrilo Princip. This single event set off a chain reaction of alliances and hostilities. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, leading to a domino effect that pulled in the major powers of Europe. Within weeks, Germany, France, Britain, Russia, and many others were at war. Trenches and total war. As the war raged on, soldiers found themselves trapped in a new kind of warfare, trench warfare. From the Western Front in France to the Eastern Front in Russia, men fought in muddy, disease-ridden trenches. The use of machine guns, poison gas, and artillery turned battlefields into death traps. Millions perished in battles like the Somme, Verdun, and Gallipoli, as entire landscapes were scarred by relentless bombardments. The global scale of war. What made World War I unique was its global nature. Fighting extended beyond Europe to Africa, the Middle East, and the Pacific. The Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers, while Japan and the United States eventually sided with the Allies. Colonial troops from Africa and Asia were drawn into the war, making it a truly worldwide conflict. The tide turns. By 1917, the war had reached a stalemate. Russia, weakened by internal strife, withdrew after the Bolshevik Revolution. Meanwhile, the United States entered the war, tipping the balance in favor of the Allies. With fresh troops and resources, the Allies launched a series of counteroffensives in 1918, breaking through German lines and forcing surrender. The end of an era. On November 11, 1918, at 11 a.m., the guns fell silent. The war was over. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed heavy penalties on Germany, redrew borders, and set the stage for future conflicts. The world had changed forever. Monarchies had fallen, new nations were born, and the horrors of modern warfare had been unleashed. World War I was meant to be the war to end all wars. Instead, it sowed the seeds for an even greater conflict 2 decades later. The scars of the Great War remain in history, a grim reminder of the cost of global conflict. The sacrifices of millions should never be forgotten, as they shape the modern world in ways still felt today. Stay tuned for more historical insights and stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the past.